want to talk about Christmas. What's Christmas like for you guys? Because there's a big debate about opening presents in the morning or after lunch.
Well, what do they do in the UK? They do it after lunch a bit, right?
No, I was, as a kid in Glasgow, it was always Christmas morning.
Oh, yeah.
So you get up Christmas
What about
morning.
Boxing Day? You just eat
The
after
leftover.
food. Yeah.
All
The sandwiches,
food,
right?
Yeah, piled with everything that you had the day before.
Picky bits. We're back to picky bits.
Yeah. What about you?
We open a present the night before.
Right.
And as Daisy is 4, she's becoming more aware of all of it and the traditions. She'll be writing her letter to Santa. We have an elf on the shelf. Do they have elf on the shelf in the UK?
They're starting to now.
Yeah, it's really a wonderful tool for being on the nice list, I will tell you, because the elf is watching. So please, get in the bath!
What do you guys get each other? Because it's got to be hard.
Well, I'm really into thoughtfulness. That's my love language.
Nice.
So if you remember something I said 8 months, 7 days, and 3 hours ago.
To be precise.
To be precise.
Yeah.
No, it's just about thoughtfulness. But my favorite gifts, and all of my friends and my family know this, are framed photos and handwritten thank you cards.
That's such a lovely thing because it so rarely happens now, isn't it? Anything handwritten. Thank you. I love that.
Yeah, it's lovely because it means they took the time. You know, it's time, I think, is what is really the most valuable currency for everyone.
Yeah.
Because, you know, we can get a lot, buy it now and shipped today.
Yeah.
But when you can be thoughtful and take the time, I think that's what's the most valuable thing for me.
What was the best Christmas present you got when you were a kid?
Oh, I remember.
There's one, isn't there? There's always one.
Yeah, well, I mean, it wasn't always like peachy keen jelly bean growing up. You know, my parents were ministers. They were pastors, so they really relied on the church, and that would always have a variable to it. But I remember seeing a leopard coat in an antique store window and wanting it so bad. And it was over $100 or something like that. And that for my parents at that time was way too much. And I remember I got it for Christmas, and I wore it in California during Christmas time. I was like 10 or 11. It was like a faux leopard coat. It was pretty hot out, and all the kids were like teasing me. But what I realized is when all of the moms came to pick up the kids, they were like, "Hey, honey, where'd you get that coat?" And I was like, "Okay, I'm onto something." But I remember it because it wasn't something that we could afford, and my mom went out of her way, and that was really thoughtful.